The Yeomanry. His steadfastness, the freeholder, spokesman for the Yeomanry League. Capital, Loftwick. Population 6,000. Total population 100,000. Demi-humans, high elves 2,000. Dwarves, halflings. Humanoids few, many in the mountains. Resources, foodstuffs, cloth, silver, gems. The peoples who settled the territory west of the Javan River, north of the Hool Marshes, and below the Jotuns were mixed tribes of Flanay Sewell. Some Oridians also came into the area, accepted by the original settlers, as long as these newcomers did not infringe the lands or rights of those already there. These peoples developed the habit of holding annual meetings of all the tribes in the region, where disputes were settled and arrangements of all sorts made. All warriors were treated equally, but each tribe appointed one spokesman for each dozen. Eventually, as numbers grew, this became one for every 12 dozen, with the 12 spokesmen electing a 13th to speak for all. The democratic tradition persisted when the region came under Kioish rule. Despite its isolated position, considerable commerce was carried on between the kingdom proper and the Yeomanry, for the latter area was very rich. Although they exploited them, the Kioish also brought many benefits to the inhabitants of the land. The Kioish monarch, regarding the yeomen as persons of gentle birth, and their appointed spokesmen as equal to lesser nobility, gave the region a voice in council, and exposure to the affairs of the world beyond the boundaries of the Yeomanry. Many thousands of yeomen served in the Kioish military for decades, but when the kingdom began its wars of conquest, the freemen of the territory revolted and closed their frontier to Kioish rule forever. The move was successful primarily because the kingdom was beset with rebellion everywhere, but the result was the founding of a state ruled by all of its warriors through election. All those bearing arms, those who have borne them in the past, and artisans and craftsmen are now entitled to elect spokesmen. The freeholder must be elected from one of the several score of greater landowners, but he is ruled by the Council of Common Gross Spokesmen. He conducts government affairs and directs the free captains of the battles. The soldiers of the Yeomanry are mostly spearmen and crossbowmen. The mountaineers provide heavy, pole-armed troops and light slingers. The greater freeholders furnish the small cavalry contingents. Demi-humans are enlisted in time of need, for they too are electors of the land. Elvish spear and bow units, dwarvish mailed foot, and halfling light troops are brought to the field when the army of the Yeomanry sallies forth.